Vice. I know we didn't see the best performance from Vice, but I'm hoping they show us a little bit more. I like their lineup. There's no bounty hunter. So
you like
I definitely like it.
That doesn't have a bounty?
I mean, those lineups are over right now. So any lineup that ends up having a bounty hunter, I don't know if I can get behind at the moment.
Keeper of the Light, you want to fight at the start because it's so much damage. Samael in a bit of a trouble.
Already trying to run. You said that was something that they would look to do in this game.
So far, so good. You know, they've been able to run away from the first blood.
Yeah, and it's not like the few games we've been seeing recently with the 5-on-5s, full team wipes into the 0-minute medallions, or even in the other region, we were seeing some fights in the triangle before the horn. Here, not so much. Still 0-0. Maybe I'm a little bit disappointed, but we'll see. They get a pause from Vice and Bob saying he needs a second.
Bobby needs a second, you know, needs a bit more time. They had some connection issues. If I remember correctly, they've disconnected a couple of times during their previous series.
Yeah,
One thing I'm worried about is Vice does not have a frontliner. You're playing into Mars, you're playing into Lycan. Like, who's going to tank the damage? Like, Storm Spirit plus Nature's Prophet, it's a good combo with the Keeper of the Light. You have this like global presence, recall, hook shot from far away. This is what their lineup is really good at. But TNC's lineup is like, we're just gonna group around Lycan and try to take some towers. Also, the double save core. This is something I really like. You have Oracle, you have a Snowball. They're very hard to take down. But to be more positive about Vice's lineup, Storm Spirit should have a free game. There's one root mechanic until like Void Spirit gets his Yule Scepter. Then it's a guaranteed lockdown into Remnant. Other than that, it's tough to execute. So whenever Bob has mana, he should be okay and dodge those spells.
Yeah, the difference in fights from what I'm seeing is like TNC can take a longer fight. They've got the arena. They have that frontliner where Vice want to be in. And then they want to be quickly out. They want to set off pickoffs with the Nature's Prophet, with the Storm. You know, get that communication going, zip in, find a kill, get out, and don't stay too long for the Mars to turn it. Because they, like you said, they don't have that frontliner. Clockwork maybe wants to run in and be that guy who tanks or soaks the damage.
Can itemize to be the frontliner, possibly get a mech, maybe get like a Crimson Guard. He's one of the more like flexible offlaners where he can build a lot of different items, same as I'd say Venomancer, where whatever you build on the hero, it feels good.
We'll have to see how quickly of a start Vice can get with both their Storm as well as their Nature's Prophet. Their control is not amazing on Vice. I guess Vortex, hookshot into Cogs, Sprout, you know, kind of have like the
things to keep you in place. Cogs,
for like
Sprout,
a second,
and then you throw possibly a smoke screen on top of that.
Yeah, but whereas TNC, they could start with like Fortune's End, go through with the Snowball, you know, put you up in the air for a second with Walrus Punch, Aether Remnant, Spear, you know, keep the team fight close with Arena. A lot more options for TNC in terms of controlling someone, and that seems a little bit rough for Vice, especially when you're going up against the Lycan, right?
Yeah, TNC's lineup just feels, you know, what they want to do. It feels easy to execute Dota. We're going to wait until Lycan gets his Necro Book, start pushing some towers. Pretty simple stuff. While Vice, they need to play like really good to be able to just get out of the laning stage even, I would say.
And already a lot of harassment on the clock. You see Bob at about half health. Now towards top, though, Zanky finds himself in a bit of a bad position. Shards are there from Tims. They've also got the damage from KP on this Mars. First blood going the way of TNC. And Bob also getting really low.
Bobby needs to be careful. Like this matchup, I'm still favoring Storm Spirit, like 55-45. Because, you know, you're playing range into melee. No points in Remnant. yet on the Void Spirit. I see a lot of different builds on Void Spirit. Maybe on level 5 you get that 1 point to possibly like secure the rune and have a kill potential if he decides to dive underneath the tower. Bottom lane, a lot of pressure. This is something that Oracle struggles against, like Nature's Prophet as the off lane, something that Undying struggles against, where like you can't do what you usually do, just completely zone him out like Fortunes and use Purifying Flames to deal damage, because you can't deal with the Treants. You have no ability that can just, you know, deal with AoE.
So Oracle taking a lot of harassment, but already TNC up 1,000 net worth, and you can see Bob's just getting heavily out CS'd. 7 right now. It was
It's
a lot
7,
more before.
plus there's 4 creeps coming underneath the tower for Armel.
So Void Spirit already having a pretty decent lane. Where does this start off for Vice? Like, when is the moment where they need to start being aggressive?
I think the main point for Vice is enable Ricky in this game, give him time to farm that Battle Fury, get that Aghanim Scepter. This is the way he deals with the Lycan, with the summons, and becomes scary as a hero. I'm just not sure if they have enough time. Like, TNC's lineup is very fast. This Lycan still finds way pretty much every single time in the meta to be useful. He's level 4.5 on Lycan. Would love to see a bit more levels. So Febby needs to either like pull or just stay out of the XP range.
We'll see if Febby ends up moving. Palos, he's doing well up top, but Armel
Bobby
gets that kill onto Bob. And that's a solo kill onto Bob. No help needed for that kill over mid, and that's going to be a big advantage for the Void Spirit.
And that was also Storm Spirit with the Arcane
Shards
runes.
up
So
top.
now Armel is level 7. Storm is 5 only. Wow, that's where the difference comes from.
Yeah. Already a massive difference in TNC just pushing that net worth lead to 2K ahead. We've seen this before, though, with a couple of teams. They get up like 3 or 4K to start the game, and the other team kind of works it, where they can bring it back to even with a couple good fights. We'll see if they're able to accomplish that. Armel gets away with the Astral Step. They've got a Clockwork coming over, but he's only level 3. Now they've got the Ball of Lightning. They're coming in on the Tims, though, who's got the tag team, as well as the Snowball. Pulls in the Void Spirit, goes after the Storm. Bob trying to get a kill, but there's the Dissimulate, which is avoided with the Ball of Lightning. Finally, they finish off Armel. They've got the Sprout around Tims with a rotation from Onryu, and they won't be able to get the save from the Oracle. 2 dead on TNC. Good movement from Vice.
You can see Vice the power of their lineup, where they outnumber the opponent. Nature's Prophet with the TP, you need to be very careful right now, because Nature's Prophet has that ulti ready. No mana for it, however, but you know, it deals like 700 damage on the last bounce. So it's time for them to start playing a bit more aggressive on the lane. Ricky's doing a very good job, you know. He has 36 CS, 13 denies, just got level 6, so it's very hard for Mars to lane, because if you have like one rotation or Nature's Prophet ulti, you might be in trouble.
And now Onryu is level 6, does have that ult available. Has the Blightstone early, nothing queued up just yet. I'm wondering if he wants to go for Orchid or Deso first, as he does have that Blightstone. We'll see what he ends up queuing up at the end of the day, but for right now, Shards come through. He sprouts around himself trying to leave, but the Fortune's End, he's rooted up and killed off by Febby. That's the ulti used by this Lycan, so Gabby hoping to get that kill onto the Courier too.
And top lane, you know,
Get the kill on
just
KP.
what I said. Ricky hits level 6. Even 2-man rotation, not sure that's needed. 1 hero would be more than enough. Are there any stacks in the jungle? There are a couple, so this is something that Keeper of the Light is very good at, and it allows Storm Spirit to come back into the game. Ricky still can't farm it before he gets the Battle Fury, but a lot of the stack camps, like Keeper of the Light, can farm it by himself, but you still want to give it to the Storm Spirit, most likely.
And do you like this build from the Ricky, just going into the Battle Fury? We've seen a couple Rickies skip it, but
we've seen some mid Rickies skipping it, where you have another carry. I believe it was Ricky plus a Morph in one of the Chinese games.
I think it was that, and it ended up being that mid Ricky. But here going into the Battle Fury, and then we see the Storm who will start to take these stacks. So Bob, who had
Armel.
Armel coming in and kills off Zenki. Now looking over this Clockwork. They've got KP nearby. Gogs to keep him safe. KP has to walk away.
They knew something was up. Weiss planted a sentry ward, but it was a bit too late. If there's no Lycan, their tower damage on side of TNC is very limited, so they need to play with the catapults. Right now, I see 3 heroes on a mid lane. It's just not enough pressure. There's a Keeper of the Light who can just solo stop this push. And let's see the Storm Spirit.
Ball lightning all the way in for the Mars. Ricky's also joined him. Tricks of the trade. A quick kill on the Mars. Does draw a lot of heroes over, but meanwhile, they're looking for Onryu. Do they have the damage? Yes, they do. Again, Purifying Flames, the finishing blow to take out this Nature's Prophet. So, offlaners not enjoying their time right now.
Yeah, both of the offlaners kind of struggling to find anything in this game besides some CS not being very active. I still don't think we've seen even one Rat of Nature being used.
No, I don't think so.
Like, he had level 6 7 minutes in. Should probably try to find some openings. Clockwork buying the tome for himself. That will get him to level 6. And Keeper of the Light, they're scouting enemy stack, trying to take it in the triangle.
They'll work on it. Bob also helping out. He's going into the Kaya first. He has a double damage bottled up. They put in that deep ward on the triangle to try and spot these heroes from TNC if they are to come over. Smoke used by TNC, but Vice are holding the high ground. Smoke breaks, Tim's comes up, shards are placed, but they've got the Vortex and a lot of damage onto Tim's immediately with that double damage. He's going to stay alive a little bit longer with the Snowball. Ball lightning into the Cogs as well as the Illuminate coming through. They get the kill on a Fabi as well as Tim's. They'll look over the Void Spirit, hit with the Blinding Light. Armel ends up dead. 3 heroes coming on the side of TNC. There's the Arena on top of all these heroes on Vice except for the Clockwork. They get the kill on Zenki and take out Armyu again. Bob on the run, out of mana and gone. Triple kill for Gabby. KP getting low. Ricky trying to do all he can, but Palos wants to leave.
Gabby with the ultra kill. Is he thinking about going in? Oh. Man, this was
a bloodbath.
Lycan joins after 3 heroes are dead. This is when he uses the shapeshift and still gets the 4 kills. So, you know, just shows how balanced of a hero Lycan is.
Now let's take a look at it again. They lost these heroes pretty quickly on into the fight. And Lycan at this point is still sitting mid. And now he starts to come over. Uses that ult. This is the point where he makes his way in. Armel's already gone. KP with the Arena, which was massive. Kept these heroes close to this Lycan. Vortex wasn't enough control. Bob, no mana to leave. And he ends up dead. If they got the kill on a KP, feels a lot better for Vice. But tricks of the trade. Going in deep. Ball lightning with the Vortex again, and yeah, they don't have the false promise, but the Snowball save once again. Hookshot misses. Ooh, a bit sloppy on the hookshot. Palos now, he's committed to this, and so is Onryu, who TPs into his death. He came all the way through and immediately dies. That is a bit of bad positioning and maybe over-aggression from the Nature's Prophet. There are moments from Vice where it looks like it's coming together, and then it falls apart. Like, if that hookshot hits, I think that fight goes better. The positioning from Onryu was a little bit rough as he just gets lit up.
Yeah, this is what happens with some of these teams that came through close qualifiers. You know, you can see the laning stage goes well. Everyone knows what their job is, what they need to do, some stacking, how they need to play the lane, how they need to play the matchups. But after that, you know, they take the fights that they don't need to take. But I like that he actually decided to go for mech on Nature's Prophet instead of that Orchid I talked about at the start of this game. He can build multiple items. Mech, I said possibly like a Crimson, maybe even a Pipe.
Bob in trouble. Snowball in. Aether Remnant. Ball Lightning trying to get some distance. They still have another Astral Step. Zenki's here to try and help. Fill up that mana. Give Bob an opportunity to leave. So TNC, they can't keep up. Lycan's so farmed.
I would still love to see one Orchid being built on either Storm Spirit or Nature's Prophet. because Storm is going straight into Bloodstone.
He's got that
You know,
Kaya
you want to
finished.
have that lockdown against the snowball save, find Oracle, just kill him. But Febby is doing such a great job. You know, his positioning has been really good in this game. Got himself level 6 and has a Ghost Scepter.
So, 3K lead, has that Ghost Scepter already. Like, it just feels like TNC, they're about an item ahead. And Oracle trying to survive as much as possible now that he's hit that 6. I know in the recent fights we haven't seen that false promise because he wasn't there just yet. And that can kind of just change the tides of these fights, where TNC, maybe they're losing 3 heroes. False promise saves potentially the Void Spirit or the Mars that's getting chunked apart in these exchanges.
Next Prophet trying to do what he does best, push some towers, but definitely needs help. And here's the full team suddenly.
Cleaning up these creeps, trying to get the tier 1, but behind them is a smoked up TNC. And you can tell that they're trying to make something happen. Oh, Bob backed off.
Reveal of Orchid.
And there's the reveal on the Orchid, and that should be a kill onto the Storm. Gabby gets a kill, moves for more Blinding Light, but the damage on a Zenki, not enough. They'll find Onryu again. And they've also got the arena down around this Clockwork, making it a 3rd.
So far, so good from TNC. Gabby, man, he is super farm. He's staying 3,000 ahead of the enemy safe laner. Full Orchid, Necrobook 3, going into AC. They still didn't kill the Roche. Next time they get to a fight close to the Roshan pit, they'll probably just go in and try to take it. How's Ricky doing? Battle Fury complete on top of Power Threads, 15 minutes in. Not too bad, you know. Still good timing on the Ricky, considering how this game has developed for them.
He's kind of stepped back from how aggressive he was playing too, because he was fighting with the team a lot more, and now I think he's more committed to at least trying to farm and get towards that Ags.
What Ricky probably said, guys, keep them busy for the next 10 minutes if possible, don't lose too much, then I'll try to take over.
Is it too much already though, 5K? Or is it still doable to be this far behind?
It's a lot. It really is. And they still didn't take the Roche. There's no defensive items. That Orchid from Lycan is going to cause a lot of issues because no one has a Yule Scepter. BKBs are not even close. So whoever gets that on himself is pretty much dead.
Yeah, going to be tough, and Lycan already going towards the AC.
Interesting build by Tims. Falcon Blade, I find that item very, very good at the moment, usable by a lot of heroes. You know, it gives you a bit of health, some mana regen, damage, exactly what the Tusk needs.
I think that's the first Falcon Blade we've seen on Tusk between the 2 regions we've been covering. So certainly a different outlook on this hero with that item. Because we've seen a lot of Tusks go like Blink Dagger as well, depending on their game, if they want to jump in there, get a Walrus Punch, Shards, blocking a hero. So certainly a little bit different from Tim's up to this point compared to other Tusks. I like this early Ghost Scepter from Febby too.
It was a really, really fast Ghost Scepter. Like he had it 13 minutes in, which is pretty impressive for a position 5.
And Ricky buying out on that Blade of Alacrity. I guess the question is, does he commit to the Ags or look for something else?
Ags is a must-have. Against Lycan, the summons, 2 hits, pocket Ricky. It's just too good.
Showing up top. Tim spotted Vortex. Palace is here. He's got the silence, looking for the kill. Gets at least 1. Now they'll look for a second. Astro step back into the silence. But KP's coming in. Good hook shot. That's going to stop him from getting the arena down around these heroes. However, Semiel, he's the one in the front lines at the moment. Onryu comes over.
Coming from behind.
Yeah, that could be a problem with Lycan making the shift all the way around. They got KP, but can they get away? They've got the silence onto the Ricky, and the damage is there. Palos just melts. So does this Clockwork. Gabby comes all the way out and around for a double kill.
Tim's bought back in that fight. Not too much value out of that buyback. But Lycan's still a huge issue. We can see that power of Orchid on Lycan, which I really like this game. Like, just for the more control. You're playing against Riki, you're playing against the Storm Spirit. There are no defensive items on them yet.
Yeah.
So causing a lot of issues with that one.
Watch this again as Lycan's making that long run all the way over while this fight's going on. They don't have the damage to take out Armel through the false promise. He survives, and then Ball Lightning in pretty far to get KP. But here comes Gabby, and that
Once
Orchid has
Gabby
just
joins,
been such a problem.
Seems like the fight is just over. Godlike so far,
Yeah.
0 deaths on him. Pretty impressive showing from Gabby in this game.
9-0-2. Walrus Punch. Palace. He's got the silence, but Gabby again. Hook shot doesn't hit the Lycan. Ooh, already this Storm takes so much damage. They've got Palos, they've got Bob, 2 gone, and that's your 1-2 already out of this. They'll chase down the Clockwork. 1 shot from Dead. The Illuminate flies forward, but it's not going to do anything. So Zenki and Onryu, they can only hope that they live their lives a little bit longer because it's inevitable that they're all dead. Triple kill for Armel, and Gabby now godlike.
I am the Alpha Wolf, he says. That fight was even without Shapeshift, so 4 bounty runes. Let's see if Tims decides to pick those 1 up. Could be a bit tricky if someone respawns. There's still tier 2 towers. He's being pinged out. Tims is on a mission. Rocket scouting him out.
Ooh.
Like, they want him. They want him real
They
bad.
want something. I don't know if they're quick enough. Ball Lightning, and yeah, there it is. They got the bounty runes, that's
Tims
fine.
is like, yeah, I've done my job. You know, used the buyback in that previous fight. So this is going to be a full minute without him. But at least he picked up the bounties. Now 10k gold lead for TNC.
And after a fight like this, where it's just a full team wipe, I think you're okay with that. Get that buyback timer out of the way.
Smoke, even without the Tusk, they want to take the fight. Full AC done on Lycan.
14,000 net worth. 6k ahead of this Riki already. They've been able to deal with Palos up to this point. They're going down towards bottom Astral Step. There's a second one. Ball
Orchid.
Lightning. There's the Orchid. They've slowed him down with the Necro Creeps, and they'll get the kill on a Bob. What was once a game that looked decent for Bob has now turned a bit on its head. He's 5-5-5.
When I think of the name Bob, you know, I always think of some sad guy, some sad old guy. I don't know why. Maybe I watched too many drama movies where Bob is always the same character. But I like how TNC is covering like the area. It actually misses the Remnant.
They've got the Spear, the Astral Step with the Dissimulate.
Even
They commit the Arena. I don't know if that was
An
necessary.
overkill. I'm not sure that was needed. I think it's time to get inside the Roche Pit. There's also a Desolator on Void Spirit. So, yeah, this one's going down pretty quick. Minus 10 armor on Roshan. He just melts. They can't do anything about it. And the buildings are also going to melt once they start hitting at them. This is their peak timing for TNC. Go in, try to take another fight. Still 2 tier 2 towers standing, and possibly try to go in and end the game. Might be a bit tricky, you know, Storm Spirit, Keeper of the Light, a lot of mana replenish, the Blast. But you want to build the advantage. Riki, getting closer to that Aghanim Scepter, still feels very vulnerable with just 1 Orchid, 1 setup with the Remnant. Because there is no counterplay. Wise Esports does not have any defensive capabilities, unlike TNC, who has 2.
Smoke coming through the dire triangle. Bob nearby again has just not been able to deal with this Orchid at all.
Samael,
they'll find the Clockwork. Unfortunately, walks up the stairs right into a TNC team. And immediately killed off. Walrus Punch coming through with the damage from Gabby and that Orchid, who's going into the Bloodthorn. So he's almost got that Bloodthorn, then the Basher. He's already doing a lot of damage, already making this game very difficult for Vice. And like you said, they ripped through the Roche, and now they'll rip through the towers. Lacoste, it's not looking good for Vice.
It really is not. I said 23, 25-minute game. Boys, yeah, you need to speed up. You know, you have that minute, double damage spawned. It's time to end this one.
You're looking for the double correct prediction, not only the team, but the time.
Yeah, sometimes you have to go all in. So Bloodthorn done. Level 18 Lycan, 95-second cooldown on that ulti. So wants to keep fighting.
They find Zenki again.
They want more.
Astral Step with the Aether
I'm pretty
Remnant.
sure he had enough to actually use the Yule Scepter. Maybe was looking for the spear angle instead.
Could have set it up with that Yules, but Bob left to live another day, who finally finishes off that Bloodstone. But while he just gets to that Bloodstone, it's a Lycan, like we've said, Necro 3, Bloodthorn, AC, has an Aegis to work with. Gabby's got so much, and he's closing in on level 20. The experience lead for TNC is quite hefty as well. Yeah, just about as much as the net worth. So 13K experience
Storm
lead.
being scouted by the Wolves. Mars is ready to go in.
Blank Yules, that sets up the spear with the arena. They've got the Orchid coming through. No chance for Bob to survive. Another kill here for TNC. Just working Vice around the entire map.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This is a very, very tough game for Vice. I don't think it's completely out of their hands if they defend the high ground somehow, get a perfect fight.
If somehow, not sure how, they can drag this game for, let's say, another 20, 25 minutes.
Okay.
It's a possibility. You know, Ricky will scale. He's about to finish his Aghanim Scepter. So that's a big item. Still feels very hard for them to just join a fight. The problem that they have with this lineup is no real tank. Nature's Prophet with the mech, it tanks them up a bit, but still, you know, it's not a Centaur, it's not a Mars, it's still a Nature's Prophet.
He's actually holding on to 3K gold. He's got that Orchid, decently farmed, going for a tier 1 over mid, also cutting these creeps. So trying to secure a tower. Ooh, 27 health. Finally goes down to Onryu.
Ricky, dusted. Oh, misses, barely. Whew, Tim's very close. That would have been such a big kill on Ricky, who would not have a buyback.
Yeah, short 700 gold from that buyback, but now has the Battle Fury Axe. It's looking like it's not enough, but maybe it's enough to hold Octarine core for the Void Spirit. Void Spirit's build, Yules, Deso, Octarine. I like it.
It's, you know, it's good. It's expensive, but lowering the cooldowns on your abilities is going to feel good. The cast range is nice. I think we're going to see much more of a Octarine core being built up, because now you make it from the Ether Lens, which is a big and nice upgrade in my opinion.
One of the items actually like that got picked up, Febby now has an Aeon Disc, so he doesn't have to use the False Promise to save himself. Aeon Disc will keep him alive.
Look what Gabby is doing. He has Necro 3 and he has Dust, you know. So this is how professional players actually win the game. Like, he wants to be able to, you know, have himself covered in case, let's see, Ricky kills his Necro unit that has a true sight.
Jump in from Armel, almost catching that Ricky.
Void Spirit holding on to 2 Dusts. So that is not just for the supports. Most of the time, that item is meant to be used by the guy that goes in, the frontliners. So the next time, guys, you try to blame someone, blame your supports that are not carrying the dust, first think, should I be the one carrying the dust?
It's a complaint I hear often.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make this community a more friendly.
Dire's bottom tower
Especially as an
is
ancient
under
apparition, I feel like I'm never close enough.
Yeah, it's just not. You can hold one for sure,
Yeah.
you know, but most of the time you are the target that they want to take out first, and you're not going to be able to use it.
Hopefully the people I play with hear that. They won't, though. Psychic Headband found by the Riki. He's got an Orb of Destruction right now. He's just trying to get there closer on farm. He's keeping up with the Void Spirit, but it's just Gabby who's got so much farm. Finishing the Basher, going to the Abyssal. He's been unkillable and unstoppable. 12-0-7.
Considering
280
the
CS.
situation they're in right now, Weiss is doing a good job getting the, I'd say, most out of the map. They need to risk a bit more, where Nature's Prophet should try to split push, possibly die, and then, you know, Riki gets the farm, gets the levels. It's all about delaying the game as much as you can. Try to get those BKBs up. I see one being built by Riki, one by Storm Spirit, Nature's Prophet.
Going
What is he
Axe.
going for? Aghanim Scepter.
Do you like that? He's got the Axe Shard already, but now going for the Axe Arena down. Clockwork in trouble, Astral Step, and he's right on the edge of the arena. Palos goes forward for a second. Risky maneuver as he's been dusted up. He's silenced and dead. Palos taken out so quickly, and then the clock will follow as he gets Walrus punched and knocked out of the game.
Weiss should just try to avoid team fights because they can't take those, especially not the ones outside of base. So you see one guy dying, you just bail. That's pretty much the plan for the next 15 minutes if this game's going to drag that long. You talked about Nature's Prophet having that Sprout upgraded with the Shard. It's okay, you know, they can't get out because it spawns a greater treant. You can only have 2. Aghanim Scepter's okay because it lowers the cooldown on Wrath of Nature, and then you can use it more often to outpush the lanes.
Roche back up in 2 minutes, a significantly long one. We'll see if TNC are waiting for that. I think 2 minutes gives a decent amount of time, especially Onryu, who's 100 gold away from finishing that Ags. Maybe enough time for Storm to get close enough to BKB.
That damage.
Oof.
Bloodthorn, double damage on
damage.
Void Spirit plus a death, so like you're having minus armor with the Clockwork.
Astral Step, Onryu in trouble. Hit with the Aether Remnant, Ball Lightning back and forth. He's finished the Ags, so Ags and Ags Shard for the Nature's Prophet. Not sure if that's going to be enough, though. And then Lycan just a couple hundred away from finishing off the Abyssal.
It's tough. Lycan is super farmed. Like he has 10,000 more net worth than Riki.
Yeah, so farmed.
Usually what you want to do with the first Roche is just build the advantage. You don't necessarily need to go in and end the game, and the faster you kill it, the second one, the faster it's going to spawn. So second one is the one to go in with and try to end the game.
Tim's trying to clean up top as Onryu is pushing forward with some treants. Just another 30 seconds till they get Roche. We saw how quickly they were able to take it out the first time, too. I expect more of the same.
Weiss right now, they're in a situation where, you know, the Roshan goes down too quickly and you can't contest it because you have no team fight. So you're like, somehow we would like, you know, to have it try to contest the Roche, but I just don't think it's possible. Clockwork, he bought back in the previous fight, and now he's gone.
Yeah, Orchid Burn getting the kill. Gabby goes into that ulti form. Now with the blink forward as well as the arena down. Onryu in trouble. The Abyssal Blade stops the TP. He's in for a really big disaster.
You wanted to say trouble, but, you know, he's already in the coffin.
Yeah. One step in, the nails are being punched forward. It is just, when you're getting dove under your tier 4 towers as freely as TNC are making the moves, it certainly feels pretty bad.
you have no counterplay. They initiate on you. You have like no Lotus Orb, no Force Staffs. It's very hard to play. Everyone's going for greedy items. Keeper of the Light wants to get his Aghanim Scepter to be able to have Will-O-Wisp. Scan connects inside the pit.
He's almost got it, and they're going to smoke for this. I'm a little surprised. 3v5, this is a tough one to try and get. You've got the Sentry down, and now you've dusted up the Riki. They're trying to get the kill into KP. Pocket Riki to help get away. Fortune's End thrown onto the Storm. They'll find themselves the Coddle, who has no gold for buyback.
He just bought that Aghanim Scepter sitting outside the base. I said, like, you would want to contest the Roche, but you don't have the tools to do that. Meanwhile,
just let it
Nature's
go.
Prophet is in the base.
We're going to get the tier 3. They're ratting a little bit. They're about to break the high ground, and nobody's coming back. It finally gets pinged, but nobody's there.
This is the type of game that they should try to play. You know, they're 20k gold down. Once again, delay as much as possible. You do not have any kind of team fight ability, so it's going to be really hard for you to
Riki
take a fight.
caught.
Riki has a BKB.
Yeah, uses the BKB, immediately hit with the Abyssal Blade. The damage coming through. He's able to blink strike away, but the 3 heroes are locked in via the arena. And now they get Samael. They're going to look over at Palos. He's trying to get away. Onryu dead again. 2 heroes gone. Make it a third as Palos drops. They'll look even further inside the base. Zenki, he's the 4th to die, and just the Storm is alive. Ball Lightning with the Vortex. But they've got the false promise on Tims. He can't even get the kill onto this Tusk. He looks over at KP as they'll finish off the melee racks mid. Do they stay for more?
There's 4 heroes dead. So
Armel.
there is your answer, B-Cup.
Gets the Aeon Disc to pop on Febby. And get the tier 3. These heroes respawning soon for the Kato. Clockwork back up. Ball Lightning back and forth. Snowball coming through.
Can't blame
There's
them.
the Rax bottom gone.
You know, they want one more fight when everybody is out to see how that one's going to go. I mean, we know how it's going to go, but you have to pray and believe something can happen.
One
15
last
seconds without
opportunity.
Riki. Yeah, you can see this network graph. It's not looking good. They were never ahead in this game.
Arena down, and this is just behind the engine. They get the kill on a Zenki. They look over at Onryu with BKB being popped by Mars. Bob going back and forth. The Will-O-Wisp is down. Hook shot in onto this Oracle. They get the kill on Onryu. 2 are gone. Finally, they take Febby's life, but I'm not certain that'll be enough. KP's now dead. Abyssal Blade used on the Riki. Palos getting low. He's just escaped for the moment. And now they hit a first hit bash onto the Clockwork. Palos finally dead, and just the Storm is alive. Vice, they'll call GG.
Yeah, tough one for Weiss. You know, they tried with the lineup like this against the Lycan lineup. It's a hard one. You do not have anyone to match up, stand his ground.
Yeah.
You know, just man up against the Lycan. There was not that hero in this game. I said at the start of this one, you know, lineup is very good at the running. One thing they had been going on that was working well is getting those pickoffs, outnumbering the opponent. But yeah, this one's definitely on the draft.
Yeah, you know, I tried to take a risk and go for Vice in the predictions, but it was a tough game for them from the start. It looked like a decent game for the Storm and the Nature's Prophet, but Gabby just got really far ahead, and I think that Orchid made such a big difference. Bob maybe not expecting that. They, like you said, they didn't really build the defensive items, the Yules, or anything to make sure that they could survive through all that. And eventually TNC, just too much to handle, and they take game 1. So TNC coming back, striving. They get themselves the first game. We'll see what the panel has to say about it. Back over to you guys.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Vice get their stakes well and truly peppered by TNC here in game number 1. Guys, it was a Lycan game, right? It was pretty dirty. They just kind of Lycaned them, I guess. Sometimes that thing kind of happens. Do you think